Hello and welcome to the City of Cedar Falls Planning and Zoning Commission meeting for Wednesday, May 22nd of 2024. I call the meeting to order. Could I get a roll call, please?
Alberhaski,
Here.
Grubevich, Hartley,
Here.
Henderson,
Here.
Johnson,
Here.
Leeper, Moser,
Here.
Sorensen,
Here.
Stallnaker.
Here.
Okay, 2 absent tonight.
All right, thank you. First agenda item is approval of minutes. Any discussion or a motion?
Motion to approve.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? That goes into record. This is a time of the meeting for any public comment. I don't see any people here tonight, so we'll move on to, there's no old business, but there is new business, and it is a mixed-use district master plan amendment for the Western Home. And I take it Tom has this tonight? Thank you.
Yes. Good evening, Commissioners. This is an amendment to the current Western Homes portion of the Pinnacle Prairie Master Plan development. This last amendment will pretty well, at this point, have it built out. They're requesting to change a couple of areas that had previously been for what they considered villas, which was a sort of a multi-unit assisted living area, to the twin homes, which is predominantly the type of house that's seen out there. It's very popular with the community. And then there's a parking lot adjacent to the plaza that they would like to expand on. So we look here on the map, you'll see in yellow is the area where they want to make the current park, label it as private. It just says park, and they would like to have it private for for the community. The blue area is an area that they want to expand a parking lot for the Jurgensen Plaza to the south. It currently has a small portion of a parking lot that was on there, but the current plan shows that as one of the assisted housing locations. Or the restorative cottages are their term. And across from that is the master plan showed 3 additional restorative cottages, and they would like to use that area to build the villas. And then down at the very southeast portion, there was a subdivision approved in 2019 that created 18 lots for that duplex home model. And when the master plan was updated the last time in 2021, yes, in 2022, they didn't realize that had not been updated, but it had already been approved as a subdivision. So it's just, they're sort of doing some cleanup on part of this. So the 2022 master plan, you can see the area that's highlighted showed, again, these restorative cottages, and then the area that's the park. What they're proposing on the right shows that Area 3 is the private park. And it actually is a little bit larger than what the area of the current park. Next to that is the parking lot expansion. You'll see it next to Jurgensen Plaza. And then across from there are the 3 twin home villa models that they would like to do. And then the Area 4 is just where those homes have already been built. And this is the elevation. They're going to be basically similar to the existing homes that are out there. There was a couple models, one with an extended garage and then one with a 3-car garage unit. With that, the staff recommends that this amendment be approved for that Western Home section of Pinnacle Prairie, but I'd be happy to answer any questions. And since some of you are new to the commission, you may have some additional background or questions.
All right, thank you, Tom. Is there any questions for staff?
I do have one, actually, yes. You mentioned for the park, it seemed to me in the packet that it was already a private park, and they are just looking to expand the footprint of it? Or did you just mention that it's not private currently and they're proposing
The subdivision showed it as a private park, and there was an easement on there, but the master plan just showed it as park and showed it as 8/10 of an acre, where actually the area that they're proposing is a little larger than that.
It's about an acre and a half.
So how does this come into, in general, large developments or, asked to provide place for a public park? It doesn't, was that what this was intended to be, or this was always intended to be private?
This was always intended to be private. The resident, or I won't say, the residential area that's open to public purchase, there's parkland that's already considered in there. And so that'll be reviewed and it'll be available to anyone in the city.
Thank you.
So the Pinnacle Prairie Master Plan is a very large area that includes a portion of its western homes. And then there's a whole, I think the whole area is maybe about 600 acres. So in their master plan, they had to show originally, and we have an approved master plan for the whole area that shows the parkland, the trails that they got approved for the rest of the Pinnacle Prairie area. So this is just a small private park that's part of Western Homes.
Thank you.
Yeah, and initially, Western Homes had already started their facilities out there when Pinnacle Prairie, the master plan was developed and the rezoning took place. And so you'll see, if you notice on there, some of it was zoned R3, which was the original area for development. And then as they expanded, I think there's been 3 expansions for Pinnacle Prairie Pinnacle Prairie for Western Homes. But the intent was, again, the Pinnacle Prairie Western Homes part will be managed and operated and owned by Western Homes.
And there are a few other areas that Western Homes may expand into, but they don't have plans for that now, and so they just wanted these updates to the master plan at this point in time.
Okay, thank you. Typically, I'd ask the petitioner to speak tonight, and there's no one, or a public to comment on this, and there's no one, so we'll bring it back to commission. I think this is pretty straightforward, and some house cleaning within their development. It all makes sense to me, so I would move to approve this as stated.
I'll second that motion.
One question I had was, when the master plan was done, was it contemplated that there would be any amendments to it as the development, developed?
Well, and this is, again, a very large area, so, the market changes, and so sometimes the plan is adapted to the changes in the market. And in this case, Western Homes saw a need to use more the twin homes as opposed to the larger.
Gotcha. And has this been amended before?
It was amended, it was initially adopted in 2004, it was amended in 2015, again in 2021, 22, and then the amendment that's before you. Western Homes portions have been amended before. There was the 2021 amendment was for the area outside of Western Homes. We consider the villages of Pinnacle Prairie, which is east of Oster Parkway, and where there'd be more residential development, because the commercial area is, you see a lot of medical, and then Menards and some of those areas.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. We had motion and a second. Any more discussion? Otherwise, could I get a roll call vote, please?
Okay. Alberhesky,
Aye.
Hartley,
Aye.
Henderson,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Moser. Aye. Sorensen,
Aye.
Stallnaker.
Aye.
Okay. And we'll
All right.
move on to council.
All right, thank you. That'll go on to council. That is the only agenda item tonight. Is there any commission updates for tonight?
I don't have anything for you tonight.
All right, I would entertain a motion
I'll move to adjourn.
second. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those all opposed? All right, meeting is adjourned. Everyone have a great evening. Thank you.